Hey guys, how you doing? It's 10:10. It's my night video. I know it's dark out here. I just stepped outside, but I had a really enjoyable night. Journey friend Susan had. Let me try to get in a daylight, nightlight or something a little bit here. I don't know what I got. That's not helping at all, is it? Besides making you all dizzy right now. Well, I'm just going to be as dark can be. Oh, there I am, a little bit better. Anyway, so journey friend Susan had welcomed me to her house tonight, and she invited a bunch of friends over and to share the point the thumb message, which I greatly appreciate. I'm not going to be too long tonight. Gather some thoughts and get with you in the morning, but I know kind of this 3-hour time difference. Right now it's only like 9:30, but it's probably 12. No, probably it is 12:30 back on the East Coast, so this will be the morning video, and vice versa. When I do the morning, will be the noon. But a couple thoughts, a couple things to share that I thought was really cool. Um, I was with a group of people tonight that have been friends for a very long time. Some of my most enjoyable times with a group of guys that we would go on a golf trip, out of state, 4-day golf trip every year. But it lasted about 5 or 6 years and then kind of fell by the wayside. Well, these folks, I guess it's kind of a ladies' trip. They have a group of gals that every June heads up to Laughlin, Nevada to go to I guess the town. There's restaurants, bars, casinos, and it's just really cool when you heard them all just sitting back and listening to them taking the story. There's actually 3 generations. There's one of the women have their mom that goes, but then their daughters are all reaching age and add into the journey, to their trip. And it's almost cool that the young girls, hear so much about it as they grow older, that they really look forward to turning 21 and having their first trip. And they're up to as many as 25 people that go up there each year. And just hear them talk about what they do. There's just some really cool stories. And as an example, one of the things they do, it should be about a 3.5-hour drive, as they said, but you have 20 women pulling over to pee and eat. It turns into a 5.5-hour drive. But they draw numbers, and every time they stop for a rest break, they change vehicles. So it's not the same people. It's not cliquey and talking about others. It's sharing stories and a new group of people. And I just thought, what a cool concept. I kind of think the PTT concept is pretty cool. And what if, imagine if we all had friends that we stuck with for 15, 20, 30 years and had a tradition like that and shared different things. So it was really neat to just spend the night with a bunch of old friends that are sitting around and reminiscing and kind of, feeling like you're almost there without ever having been there, just because of the stories. And then I will share this one story with you tonight. As in any group setting at bars and casinos, drinking tends to play a pretty big part in it. Well, Susan, my host, is a little bit of an admitted control freak and OCD person. So she was looking at her phone, and all of a sudden, she looks for about 2 weeks on her phone in June. She has a message to herself: Janine, no rice, Janine, no rice, Janine, no rice. And she said it drove her crazy when she saw it. Like, what the heck is this message? What does this mean? And then she remembered that in their less than sober state at a dinner last year at the festival or the party, the get together, her girlfriend Janine said, "Next year, don't let me order a double order of rice." So Susan, being the OCD person she is, she put it in her phone for that period, but she wasn't sure what week they'd be going, so she put it for 2 weeks so she'd be sure to remind her friend not to have a double order of rice. And that shows to me a level of I'll say Karen or OCD or whatever, but I just got the biggest kick out of that. Like I said, I heard so many stories. I'm sitting there, note to self, and hopefully more will come back to me tonight. I just want to check in with you guys, let you know I'm fine. I have a place to stay tonight. I'm going to be in town. I'm going to be meeting Brian tomorrow. Brian, somebody I've never met before that heard about me through the journey. And then Friday, I'm going to be going to the Grand Canyon before heading out Saturday morning to continue the journey. So another really cool thing about tonight, which I'm not sure you guys know, when the journey is over, when the journey is over, but let me rephrase that, when the walking of the journey is over, the journey is not going to be over. PTT is going to continue on. It's kind of my passion, what I'm compelled to do. And one of the things, as I'm rolling out not only my book and not only some other aspects of sharing the message through churches and schools and public speaking, is I already have 3 done, and I'm going to continue to do a children's series. Again, to me, changing the world starts with the kids. Well, tonight there were 2 kindergarten teachers in attendance, and it was really great for me to be able to pick their brain a little bit, talk to them, hear their thoughts, hear their encouragement about the message and so forth. So again, I really truly believe that I'm not going to say we're going to change the world, but we're going to change some people's perceptions and lives, because we're going to spread this message. And I think the children's series is for me maybe going to be the most rewarding and instrumental. So to have those ladies here, I appreciate their input, and to be able to talk to them about it as well. So there was a whole lot more to the conversations, but again, I really just sat back and I took it all in. At one point, it was funny how the night transpired. The folks came over, we had some pizza, and there were questions to me and asking me questions about the journey, and I was sharing some stories. And all of a sudden, I'm not sure where, but I completely became nothing, like I wasn't even here. And these ladies just sat around talking and laughing, and I just sat back and took it all in, and it was really unique. So for a 2.5, 3 hour get together, maybe the first hour was about the journey, the next hour and a half was like the journey and Jim didn't even exist, and then it kind of came back around to that full circle. So it was really neat. I had a great time. Kind of gave you my heads up where I'll be in Phoenix. I do have, I can try to be as transparent as possible. God has been a part of this journey. Illness, cancer survivors, cancer beaters, cancer victims, illnesses has been a part of this journey. And all I'll say is that one of the dear folks in this, just another, because it's not the first, another dear family member, another dear PTT family member is dealing with the imminent loss, probably, of a loved one due to cancer. So all I can say is, again, guys, please appreciate each other. Take a breath. Appreciate yourselves. We're not guaranteed tomorrow. Even myself was guilty this morning of kind of looking at some things from a tangible standpoint. I gotta, what I might be losing or dealing with when I get back in terms of possession. These people, if I told them that, they would just, and rightfully so, be very disappointed in me and probably throw something at me, and I would deserve it, because those folks don't really give a damn about possessions right now. They're talking about fighting for lives. And take a moment to appreciate each other. Look over at the ones you love, your kids, your spouse. Appreciate what you have. Say a prayer for the ones that are suffering. Hope for recovery. For the ones that are past recovery, hope for, I guess, a peaceful ending is the best you can hope for. And, say a prayer for those that are not necessarily the ones suffering, but those close to, because they suffer right along with them. So, all right, sorry for taking up too much of your time tonight. Hope you have a great night. I love you. My kids are fast asleep. Hey, I want to give I do want to give a shout out on a positive. Grace, who I love dearly, and has been a part of my life for the last 14 years, was inducted into the National Honor Roll tonight. And I'm sorry I wasn't there, honey, but I'm so proud of you. I'm so privileged that you've let me be a part of your life. And, I'm a different man because of you. And I love you. I'm so proud of you. I'm so proud of the person you are, the woman you've become, for making the Honor Society. But I just think that you're defined by so many things. And I just want to say congratulations. I love you, hon. Okay? Take care, guys.